Hi guys, my name's Julia and this is Entity Education, and this is Entity Education episode number 2. So today will probably be a short episode because I'm going to take my daughter to the pool. It's a nice day here in South Carolina. But what I actually wanted to talk about today, I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and since I'm taking my daughter to the pool, I wanted to talk about empowering your kids with entities. In the last episode, I talked a little bit briefly about how my mom empowered me with entities and how that really changed my life and what I've been able to receive and have. And I really try to be that gift for my kids. And one of the things that you really want to do when you have kids is ask them what they know about the entity world, because what we tend to do as parents is, teach our kids things rather than asking our kids what they know about things, because they're infinite beings and they know everything that ever has been and everything that ever will be. They're already completely all-knowing. And when you start to ask your kids questions to help them develop what they know and to trust that knowing, creates a whole different life and a whole different world for them. It's incredibly empowering parenting. My poor daughter, she doesn't get it very easy. She can't use the manipulation that she's scared of ghosts at night because, we've taught her from a young age that, ghosts aren't scary. Ghosts are actually beings that are in your room or in your house or in your life that are there to say hi to you or to give you a message or to, get something from you. So when you have an entity, one of the things you can teach your kids is to just have them say hello and to start to look at the type of the energies that are in their room. Rather than being scared, let them know that what they learn on TV and what they psychically pick up from other people is a lie. There is no such thing as being scared of entities. They're just exactly the same as the people population. So there's as many entities out there that want to harm you as there are people trying to kill you or whatever. So it's a very small proportion and it's usually personal. So there's nothing to be scared of, but what you can teach your kids to do is say hello, from a young age. Teach them how to say hi entities or hi monster in the closet, and ask them is it a happy monster? Does that monster want to contribute to you? Does that monster want to play? Is that monster lonely? Is that monster sad? Are you picking up on the sadness of the monster? Or the being, or, is it grandma, or, what are you aware of? And then the other thing is you want to genuinely, curiously ask your kids to teach you what they know about the entity world and the entity community at large, because I guarantee it, if you ask them, you will learn a plethora of different things that you hadn't even considered before. They know all kinds of stuff, and can get a little bit, it's better to do it earlier, because as they get to be a little bit older, they're like, I don't care. You know how young teenagers get. But it's just eat. And even if they are older and they're like, oh, whatever, mom, it's still asking however they respond, putting the question in their world is still incredibly empowering and will still change the way that they look at things, whether they my phone cut out there. But it will still change the way they look at things, whether they see it at the time or not. So you really want to be interested in your kids and look into their world and what they know and start to plant those seeds and fertilize the greatness of their knowing, rather than the rightness and the normalcy of parenting and the, treating your kids the way that you're used to normal parenting and family being. What if you parented them in a very different way, in a very strange and unique and empowering empowering way to let them start to know all the mysteries and the magic of the universe that you are coming to know and that you would like to have them know, maybe even greater than you. Because when they start so young, it's so easy to create that magic and create that knowledge of the entity world and the awareness of the magic around them. I remember when I was little, there was so much magic, and I saw magic in everything and everyone, and your kid is probably still seeing that if they're little, and it's like, you know, how can you encourage them to always see the magic in everyone and everything? And, you know, as parents, I mean, one of the things that I really had to learn is like saying sorry to my kids. Like, I could just be a bitch sometimes. And so I really, whenever I am mean to my kids, or I'm a little too harsh or something, I'd always go and I sit down on the floor with them and I just say, I am so sorry. That was so mean and uncalled for, and I shouldn't have said that. And their whole world just melts and heals, and they just feel so received, you know, and it's so cool. And you're also in that giving them the choice to not have the need to be right that most people have, you know, because if you do something that's maybe not cool, you have to be right about it and you have to prove it was right. And that's the way the whole world functions. But it's like, if you can say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that was unkind, it changes everything, and they see that they don't have to be right all the time. So how does it get better than this? How can you empower your kids with regards to entities, and what else can become possible for you and them and the whole world? See you next time.